Hey fam, it's your girl Danielle. I am going to document a really difficult time in my life that I don't talk about really ever. But this whole experience has been so cathartic for me, and I only hope that as I heal, I could possibly help others. Talking about the things that have happened, the trauma, it really just does help create space between me and what happened. So I am holding my heart. I'm holding my heart on my sleeve to just help me in this moment. I've lit a candle as well. So yeah, this time in my life, I was really, really ripe for the picking. I had just graduated high school and I put myself on this website called taxi.com. It is for musicians, singers, and songwriters who are trying to meet other musicians, singers, and songwriters. I knew what I wanted to do with my life. However, my parents were really stupid and naive. Really, 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 really stupid. No one's to blame, but as an 18-year-old, your frontal lobe is not developed yet until you're 25. This is really important. Because at 18, you're not free to be making decisions that will affect your life in a big way. So anyways, this guy, a total stranger, found me on this website. He wanted me to come up and meet him. I grew up in Southern California, San Diego to be exact, and he was in LA. So me and my brother and my dad went up there to meet with him, and he said he got a record deal to produce this song. He played the song for us and it was magnificent. It was futuristic, ahead of its time, with some real history in the lyrics. It was brilliant, the song. So we met with him one time in Newport Beach and then went up there again to meet with him again, and he somehow convinced my family to let me come and live with him as an 18-year-old fresh out of high school girl. Him and his son lived in the place, and come to think of it, I never even saw evidence that he was a producer. He didn't have a studio room. He didn't have instruments around. Anyways, so for the first few nights I was sleeping on his couch. But then he started just spending all this money on me. He wanted to take me shopping. He bought me the nicest things I had ever touched. Coach bags, fur coats, just beautiful, expensive skincare. I mean, these types of stores were not in San Diego. They were only in LA. And I felt like a queen, just being, adorned. This man was old. He was old enough to be my grandfather. He would take me out to fancy restaurants, and we would talk about the most grandiose things, what our future looked like, working on an album together. I was so excited that I finally got discovered. This guy was running a casting couch. I don't know what number victim I was. But it was soon after he was grooming me with all the promises, the lavishness. I was also smoking weed heavily every single night with him and his son. And his son had a girlfriend. She was really cute, Russian. We would listen to music every night while we were getting high and just talking about taking over the world. He started fucking me in his bed every single night. I still have nightmares. I still see him on top of me like a skeleton. God, you know what? He would make me trim his ear hairs and his nose hairs in his kitchen. I was his little bitch. I was. And he would say things to me like, you gotta work out, you gotta look like this, you gotta get this shape. And his son's girlfriend, she was older than me. She had like the hourglass shape. I still had like a little girl's body. I had no shape. And so he would not only groom me and promise me the world, but he would also tear me down at the same time. Disgusting. A disgusting man. One time I got sick. I got the flu really, really bad. And after the first day of me being sick, he was calling more girls over to audition for him to take my spot. When my brother and my dad would call and they would ask me, they probably started getting suspicious. They probably started getting protective of me and be like, oh man, what did we do to her? Like, what did we agree to for her to go live with this stranger who we know nothing about? We're just going to take his word for it? And they ask me, hey, where are you sleeping? And I'm lying to them saying the couch. And my brother, he's smart. He knew. But I'm 18. You can't hold me down. Anyway, so he was slowly making moves towards this record, creating this record. We go over to London. Excuse me. I was taking a drink of water, and I'm a little bit sick right now. It sucks because I was making music earlier, and I'm on my way to losing my voice, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But we go to London, and I'm just like stoked. I'm in a fancy place I've never been to. The Spice Girls were from London. There's all this culture, and I'm in this fancy hotel. Now, at the time, he was actually getting me to sing for this tequila company. He had friends who wanted to start this tequila company, and I auditioned for them. He dressed me up in a really short satin black skirt, really skimpy clothes, and I'm dancing for these older guys and singing to see if they want me to be the spokesperson for their tequila at 18. And there was this younger guy, and he was like all over me. He was trying to put his hand up my skirt. I wanted to entertain that because I was getting by this old man. So it was a relief to get some attention from a younger guy who was still older than me. But I'm 18, you know, so I'm ripe for the picking. So we go to London with this tequila company. I legitimately meet a guy that is talking about an album. We're talking about the album cover, whatever. My dude, I forget his name. I will never remember his fucking name. But the dude that I was living with in Newport Beach, the record producer, he's in the bar in the hotel in London getting drunk. I mean, getting hammered the whole time. He's like kind of mediating me between these people and these contacts, but he's like getting shit-faced every single day, all day. And I'm going out and I'm taking pictures in London. I'm trying to see the sights all by myself. The tequila company comes and I end up sleeping with that younger guy. He totally seduced me. And I thought we were like a thing. I had brought it to the attention of the guy that I was living with, and I was like, do you mind if I sleep with someone else? And he got all crazy. He didn't want that. He didn't like want to pimp me out to anybody, or at least for not what they were promising. Maybe if the price is right. I ran through that hotel in London. So fucking lost, man. The next night, this younger guy had a random girl from the club over. I mean, I'm up in the sky rise of Sweden, eating caviar, dressed in fur coats, and traveling to these exotic places. And I am raped by not one but two people. And this drunk old man is grabbing my arm because he wants me all to himself. He slaps me as I'm trying to leave the room because I don't want to sleep with his drunk ass. And I'm running through the hotel just fucking crying, lost, screaming, knocking on all the doors, help, 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 in the middle of the night. And finally, the hotel staff, they help me and they get me a room. And I remember so vividly, oh my gosh. I go in the bathtub and I'm just like weeping, scared for my life. And I turn on the TV and Christina Aguilera is singing a song. Young girl, don't cry. I'll be right here when your world starts to fall. And I'm just like weeping, like I fall asleep. And the next morning, that young tequila brand guy comes to my room, and I think he feels really bad about everything that went down. And they get me out of there. The tequila company guys bought me a plane ticket. I went from sipping champagne on the first class flight over to London, thinking that this was the start of my record deal, to this broken and battered, scared little girl who just wanted to feel safe in the world. My parents came to pick me up from the airport, and I never talked to the tequila company guys again. The old man wanted me to return all the nice things that he bought me. So I had to drive up there and meet the son's girlfriend to give her the stuff. My parents went around the church being like, our daughter got a record deal. These guys. So fucking stupid. To my fellow travelers on this voyage, I have so much love for you. For you young girls out there who just want to be seen and acknowledged, follow your heart. I always knew that the way that I was going to make it was just by me and me alone. The talent that I had to write songs. 2013, I was nominated for a Grammy. I did that all on my own. Yeah, I had contacts, but I never once compromised my body and my integrity to get that. Down deep in my gut, I knew that I just wanted to graduate high school, get a job so I could pay to go to the studio and record my songs and push my songs myself. But all the while, my parents are just so delulu. Oh, we're not gonna let you pursue your music dreams until we have a producer or a record label at our door begging for you. Well, guess what? Guess what happens to kids that make it that way? All this stuff has come up, how the industry is. And I don't care that I had to take a major detour on the way to my dreams. The drugs, the alcohol, I could have had a squeaky clean past. I could have had no trauma and I still would be an addict. Young girl, don't cry. I'll be right here when your world starts to fall. Oh.